Okay. While you were gone, I finished painting. As you can see, it's still a little tacky on the end. I decided I'm gonna go with one coat this time, just to show you that you don't need two coats. I've been doing some other stuff. Just in case you were curious, here's the goo that comes with the packages. This is actually two coffins worth that I put in here. Let me just rip it in half. This is about the amount that comes in here. You can see it comes in several colors. I think red, yellow, purple, pink, green, and blue, I think, were the colors that came. It's just, it's not as good as Silly Putty, but I don't know, I guess the kids call this like fart, flubber, something. I don't know. Some things that you can do with this, if you have Minimates, here's my... Everybody needs one of these. This is the Minimate that comes that you paint with. Anything that goes wrong, you just put on here. This is the scrap Minimate. Everybody needs one of these guys. I think this was a Riot Spidey at one time. But you just have him be in here and be like, or whatever, Star Trek red shirt or something like that. Something interesting that I thought of. Luke asked a while back if anybody had any ideas for how to come up with armor for Armor. Armor from, Astonishing X-Men. She made her debut there. Let's get this in focus. Okay. This was a Kitty Pryde bear sleeves. I think I put an Athena head on there. And hair. This actually works really good in my opinion. Stretch it out really thin. It gets really see-through up close. I mean, if it's really thin, don't let it fall back on itself. And then, in my opinion, if you just kind of... It's not very... I had it the other day where it was really good. But you can kind of see that, okay, yeah, I can get that. I guess it also works as like a body snatcher thing, but I had different colors and stuff on her. I just want to show you that real quick. I'm not going to mess with that for a long period of time. I think it works okay. If you leave it on there, it will dry. Of course, it dries out, it loses its moisture, it gets kind of dry and brittle. The stuff bounces pretty good. I'm not going to bounce it on my nasty painting table here because that would get my gunk all gunky. Haha. But it kind of stupid. Show off for the camera. There you go. See, it bounces. It's okay. It's interesting. I don't need 12 things of it. I'm gonna hang on to that and probably a purple one just because. Okay. Here, this is where we left off. Here's our coffin. We're good now. Here's where it starts getting interesting. Get your brown paint out and go for a paintbrush. I'm gonna use this one, really soft, nice, wide. And start painting just like you did with the light yellow candlelight primer color, whatever you want to call it. I use light yellow specifically because it seems like a lot of woods tend to change in color. And I'm not sure if you can see this really good or not. Here's the brown color on here, and as we come along, let me lean over so I can see in the camera. As you just paint, it leaves these, streaks in here. That's okay. That's okay because, like I said before, we want that wood color and the wood grain specifically is what we're looking for. So you want it coated, but if there's some yellow showing through, that's fine. And especially if it's sort of shows through in a transparency way, that's okay also. Remember, we got 2 more coats going on this thing, so it's not going to, don't worry about any clear plastic showing through. If your paint globs up, like sometimes if you have too much paint on there, and you know how it gets kind of stringy, or not stringy, kind of flows together because you put too much paint on there, and it dries in these little round globule things. That's okay. Also, just paint over them. The name of the game when painting wood is character. You want as much uniqueness in it as possible, so the fact that this is not a factory production actually plays into our favor here, because we don't really want them all looking nice and uniform and everything. The thing that annoys me, get in the corners. Some yellow shining through is okay, but not in the corners, because that just looks like you got lazy missed spots. When you have, I think I did 10 of these at one time or something like that, it's really easy because you can just, start snapping off one right after the other. And this is going just about as fast as it goes. I mean, you can see I'm not fast forwarding or anything. I skipped a little to let it dry, but that was it. I mean, these things, they're really like painting minions, and I have to give credit to this paint. The Delta Dream Coat Perm Enamel Air Dry finish. This is the best paint I've ever owned. It is $2 for 2 ounces, so it's $1 an ounce, which is better than the shooting a hat. I have the, what is this? This is Citadel Choice Elf Flesh. This was, I think, $4. Here is the Model Masters acrylic. This is a medium green, I think. I think this is like transparent green or something. This is half an ounce, and this is $3.29. Now I think I got it on sale because I'm not stupid. But I mean, this paint is the best paint I've ever used. Honestly, I'm not lying to you. I love this paint. I use it for absolutely everything. It comes in a beautiful range of colors. It is, slap your mama cheap, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'll probably edit that out. It's so good, so cheap, and it lasts forever. It totally does not chip. I mean, this is the, going back to my Minimate here. You can see I painted him, a couple dozen times. He's had paint all over him. I'll wash that off in just a second. I want to show you this. Let me just grab a knife real quick and see if we can scrape off. I mean, you have to scrape it off. It doesn't chip off on its own, is what I'm trying to say. It's not as good as like a Minimate Tampo, I guess. The paint that's on the Minimates. Almost as good though. So I'm gonna go wash my brush, let this dry, and finish up here on the bottom part, and then we will come back right in a second. Hang on.